Hi, I'm Kevin Selmeyer, the Michigan State Fire Marshal. For the last few years, I've been working with a group called MI Prevention. MI Prevention is a group of volunteers and fire departments from across the state of Michigan that are working in one common goal, and that is reducing fire fatalities across the state. The data that we've been collecting from these fire deaths is pointing us towards some trends on how and why and where these fatal fires occur. This video that we are putting together is for residents of the state of Michigan, caregivers, or anyone who takes care of someone. That also includes physical therapists, physician's assistants, and other services that are provided in the home on a contractual basis. We believe that this is our opportunity to share information with you as a caregiver to make a difference in helping take care of those you care about or those that you work to provide care to reduce or totally eliminate fire deaths in the state of Michigan. As we've looked at this data coming from the fatal fires, we're starting to see some trends in which we need to change the way that we message and educate the citizens of the state of Michigan on how to prevent, survive, and escape fires. In this video, we will be sharing with you why the fires have changed. We'll be sharing fire behavior so you have a better understanding of what's changed in the fires. We will be talking about the technology that is available to give you early warning to escape a fire. And more importantly, we will make sure that you understand and are able to execute your escape plans or to teach others how to escape a fire based on the knowledge that you will gain from this video. So when we talk about fire behavior, it's important that we understand a few things. To have a fire, you have to have fuel, heat, and oxygen. What's changed? The fuel's changed. The furnishings that you're sitting on that are very comfortable have a lot of polyester, a lot of foam rubber, a lot of hydrocarbons that are used to build that to produce thick black smoke. The other part that's changed is that this fire, in order to grow bigger, consumes the oxygen within the building. And we're going to talk a little bit about a thing called flow path here in a second, but what we're really looking at is the fire needs oxygen to grow. And because this fire grows so fast based on what's burning today, with the right mixture of oxygen being provided, you're going to have a very hot fire, which is going to force you to have to escape quicker if you're going to survive these fires. I want you to pay attention in the video we're about to show you about how the fire starts in one of the couches. You're going to watch the fire grow very quickly. You're going to watch a lot of thick black smoke be produced and then watch that smoke drop. That same smoke that is dropping, that fire is also consuming oxygen. And that's why you have so little time to escape. Most of the time, you have less than 3 minutes to escape. And that's why we have to make sure that you understand the importance of having an escape plan. In this video, pay attention and watch that fire grow.
Oh my God, that is insane.
In the event of a fire, who here thinks that you're safer sleeping with the doors open?
I keep them open because I was a mom for so long.
My kid's room is 2 doors down from mine.
Always open.
I'm not all that confident they would stop anything anyway. Harold, hey. Ben. Ben, nice to meet you.
Harold, have a seat.
Okie dokie.
Hi, nice to meet you guys.
Hello. I'm right here.
Chris, how are you?
Great.
As you think about fire safety, what keeps you up at night?
Yeah, I'm not too concerned.
I probably don't think about a fire threat as much as I should because I do forget to turn things off often.
Have you ever been through one?
A fire? No.
We told you that you'd be coming here today for discussion, but what we didn't tell you is that there is also a demonstration that we want to show you. Sound good? introduce you to Steve, the director of the UL Firefighter Safety Research Institute. I'll let Steve take it away.
Welcome. My job is to lead a team of people that study how fire grows and spreads so we can keep you safe. Here at the Delaware County Emergency Services Training Center, we essentially turn this place into a laboratory. We've got several structures around here that we build to simulate where you live. And one of those structures is right here behind me. What I want you to do is I want to take you inside here, and I want you to see how this looks like your home. And then once we get you outside, we're gonna go ahead and recreate what would happen if there was a fire in this structure right here. Look pretty normal? Yes. Yeah, got some furnishings. You'll notice the difference down here as we walk down. This bedroom door will be closed, and the one at the end of the hall will be open. And what I want you to do is pay attention to the comparison of the two of those and think about you and your family trying to survive this fire. All right, we just hit the button, we have ignition.
Oh boy, there she goes. Oh man, that is scary.
It's scary, right?
Yeah, it's really frightening.
Look, we have smoke coming out over here already.
Smoke's coming out.
What a lot of people don't realize is that the furnishings that are in our homes today are made of synthetic materials. So they burn so much faster than your old natural cotton-filled furnishings used to be. The statistics that we've seen through our research is in about 40 years ago, you had about 17 minutes to get out of your house after the smoke alarm sounded. Now you have less than 3 minutes.
Holy crap. See, this is the things that we were. Oh my God. Whoa. Can you feel that?
How can you survive that?
Seriously, that is insane.
All right, go ahead, knock it down. All right, as you remember, closed door on the left, open door on the right. And you can see the dramatic difference between the two with the simple closed door.
Impressive.
We want people to be as prepared as possible and understand the importance and how little time you have and what that simple barrier can provide to you and your family should you have a fire. I want you guys to throw some hard hats on and some safety glasses and at least poke your heads in the windows, or you can even walk in the hallway if you want.
Give me a word or phrase to describe what you just saw.
Anxiety.
Frightening.
Terrifying.
I really didn't expect anything like this.
I'll ask you one last time. In the event of a fire, are you safer sleeping with the doors open or the doors closed?
Without a doubt, the door closed.
Definitely with the doors closed, and from now on, the doors will be shut at night.
Definitely closed.
Closed.
Definitely closed. And I'm surprised by it.
It's always great to be able to get the message out when we can take our research and get it out into the community to change behavior with the message of close before you doze. It feels great, and hopefully we can save lives.
If there was one bit of advice that you could give friends or family today, what would it be?
Close before you doze.
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 The key fire safety messages we want people to have are, one, have working smoke alarms in every level of your home, inside and outside every sleeping room. We want everybody to have an escape plan. Should you have a fire, you should know how to get out quickly. And if you can't get out quickly, having a closed door between you and where that fire is critical to your survival.
So if you remember when I talked about the three things that fire needs fuel, fire needs heat, and it needs oxygen to grow or get bigger. And I mentioned that we would talk about flow path. And flow path, quite simply, is oxygen being introduced. And that could be from a door being open, it could be from a window being open, it could be from a window breaking from the pressure of the fire. Yes, I said the window breaking from the pressure of the fire. In this graphic, we're showing you how the fire is entering through the front door, and it's actually moving through the building, to an open window. Why is this important? Because it's known as flow path. And one of the things that you're going to want to do if you're trying to escape is to stop a flow path. And how could I stop that? Something as simple as I'm going to go out a bedroom window, but I'm going to close the bedroom door so that the air doesn't flow from that front door that's open or that front window that failed because of the fire. And it buys me that protection between the window now I'm going to open to escape out of. So before you go out a window, you always want to close the bedroom door so that you can actually slow down the fire and keep the air from moving through the window you're about to open while you escape. Something as simple as a closed door buys you time to escape. So as we're talking about fire behavior, I've shared with you there are three things that fire has to have. It has to have fuel, it has to have heat, and it has to have oxygen. And the oxygen thing is very important when we get into escape plans. And why? As the oxygen levels are dropping, there's things that are going to affect your body. I'll give you an example of that. Right here in this room as I'm talking today, the oxygen level is at 21%. At about 17%, if the oxygen levels are dropping down, when I get to about 17% oxygen, I'm going to become confused. So if you're making your way out and you went the wrong way, potentially you're going to start to lose your ability to reason. The other thing that's going to happen is that as the oxygen levels are being consumed by the fire, the same oxygen you need to breathe is going to continue to go down, and at about 9%, you'll go unconscious. If you want to say one of the positives of going unconscious is that you're going to usually drop to the ground where it's a whole lot cooler and where there will be some oxygen. The problem is that you're in a state of confusion or you're semi-unconscious and you probably aren't going to make it all the way out. So with the oxygen levels dropping, it's very important that we look at going another way. We look at some simple things like putting a door between you and the fire to eliminate the flow path, but also to slow the fire down in the direction that you're going. And you getting to a window and opening it up so that you can get your, even if it's just your upper torso out the window, can help you get the fresh air that you need to then continue your escape.
In less than 30 seconds, a small flame can get out of control and turn dangerous. Fire is fast. It only takes minutes for thick black smoke and flames to fill a house. There is no time to grab things to take with you. There is only time to escape. Fire is hot. A fire's heat can kill. Room temperatures can be 100 degrees at the floor and rise to well over 600 degrees near the ceiling. In only a few minutes, a room can get so hot that everything in it catches on fire at once. This is called flashover. Fire is dark. Fire isn't bright, it's pitch black. Fire is deadly. Smoke and toxic gases kill more people than flames do. Fire is fast. Know the facts.
So the next segment of this video, we need to talk about escape plans. We need to talk about having 2 ways out of every room. We need to have you thinking about how you're going to move throughout a building if it was on fire. The importance of closing doors or having doors open during your escape plan. About knowing where the fire's at and maybe having a better idea of where the fire wants to go. All are factors that you should work into your escape plan to increase your chances of surviving a fire, and for MI prevention to help us reduce fire fatalities statewide. So one of the things that we've looked at with MI prevention and with the fire services, we've typically taught escape plans to kids in schools, and we'll continue to do that. That's a solid investment on learning about fires and how to escape fires. But the trend that we're noticing is the largest segment of the population that's dying in fires in the state of Michigan are over the age of 50. That's one of the reasons why we're taking the time to put this video together to talk about escape planning for your neighbors, for your friends, and more importantly, for your family. But we also know that this video is reaching out to the caregivers and the people who provide critical services to people who are limited by mobility, are experiencing a disability. And we ask that you take the time to work with your clients so they better understand how important fire escape plans are. There's many folks out there that are in your lives or that you work with on a daily basis that are using a cane, walker, or a wheelchair. They depend on those devices to be used during their escape plan. This is why it's so important that you sit down with your family members or those you provide care to and talk about what they would do if there was a fire. A fire during the day will be totally different than a fire at night. Somebody who's already in their wheelchair experiencing disability or somebody who has to get into a wheelchair. And then how do you factor that into their escape? But it starts with a plan. You have to have a plan on how you're going to escape. So you have an escape plan, you've developed it. You've actually sat down with your neighbors, with your elderly friends, with the people that you provide services for, and you've talked about escaping a fire. Let's talk about 2 ways out of every room. Many times when I ask people about what does 2 ways out mean, they said, well, it's either using the front or the back door. And 50% of the fire fatalities in the state of Michigan involve the living room, which most likely is going to take out the ability to use the front door to escape. And it could even take out the back door because usually the living room is connected to the kitchen. So many times the second way out may be a window. With going out a window, as we learned in fire behavior, we're going to want to prevent a flow path. And the easiest way to prevent a flow path is close the bedroom door before you open the window. I know what a lot of you are thinking. Wait a minute, this video has been put together for folks that are aging or folks experiencing a disability. But even somebody with a walker or a cane or even in a wheelchair, if you can get the window open and you can get to this position, you can get your torso out onto the windowsill to get you into some fresh air. This also makes you visible to the fire department so when they arrive, they can get you down. The firefighters are trained to do a 360 on the building. And the 360 means they're going to walk all the way around the building. So on arrival, they're looking for you. The other thing that you can do is that when you call 911, is you can tell them you're in a bedroom and that you're in a window. We need you to look at your escape plan with the idea that if this fire started in this room, where would I go next? Or if it started in this part of the house, where would I go next? It's that if and then and what you're going to do, which will help implement an escape plan that can work for all citizens in the state of Michigan. But especially we need to take the time to work with those experiencing disabilities who have loss of mobility and are using walkers, canes, and other devices that have to be included in the plan on how they're going to escape.
This message is brought to you by the U.S. Fire Administration. Have 2 ways out. When fire strikes, deadly smoke can fill your home within minutes. That's why the USFA wants you to plan and practice home fire drills. Draw a map of each level of your home showing all doors and windows. Discuss the map with everyone who lives with you. Practice your home fire drill at least twice a year. Make sure all doors and windows that lead outside open easily. Push the smoke alarm button to start the drill. Try feeling your way in the dark or with your eyes closed. Have at least 2 ways out of every room. If your first way out is blocked by fire or smoke, you can use your second way out. If there is smoke, get low and go. Crawl quickly under the smoke to your nearest exit. Close doors behind you and gather at a pre-planned outside meeting place where first responders can see you. Call 911. Remember, get out and stay out. Never go back inside for people, pets, or things. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Let's take a little bit of time with Stacy, one of our MI prevention partners, to learn more about smoke alarms. There are many smoke alarms that are available to help those who are experiencing disabilities.
Hi, I'm Stacy. I've been a firefighter in the fire service for 8 years. There are many different smoke alarms available for your home based on your abilities. This device is the HomeAware. So this device syncs to many different things available in your home, such as your smoke alarms, your doorbell, and your telephone. This will also vibrate your bed in the event that you have a fire. You would want this device in your home if you are hard of hearing, deaf, blind, or the elderly. This device is the Google Nest Protect. This can detect fast or slow burning fires and carbon monoxide in your home. So you can connect this device to your cellular phone or your already existing Google Nest system. You do not have to have the Google Nest system already in your home, since this will connect directly to your cell phone. So I would recommend this system for the hard of hearing and blind who are tech savvy. This here is a strobe smoke alarm, and it would require you to plug it into your outlet. This device has an audible horn and a pulsating strobe light. Those who would benefit from this device are hard of hearing, deaf, or the elderly.
So Stacy did a great job of talking to you about all the different types of smoke alarms that there are. And one of the things that I want to make sure that everybody understands, though, you still have to have regular smoke alarms in your home. And in fact, the bed shaker is dependent on having a smoke alarm that goes off someplace else in the home that alerts that device. And the strobes are very helpful for those who don't hear normal smoke alarms. But one of the things that we want you to understand is that there's also emerging technology, and some of it's been out for a little while, and I guarantee you there's more coming. The one that I'd like to talk about is the Nest. The Nest is a unit that you can build off of, expand off of in your home. And one of the cool things about that, or one of the best things about that, is that it actually sends a message to your cell phone. So as you can see, going all the way back to a standard smoke alarm, there are many other types of alarms and devices that could be very helpful in protecting one of your loved ones or one of the folks that you take care of. Now that we've spent some time looking at smoke alarms and other devices that will alert you to the fact that there is a fire, we need to talk about installing these smoke alarms. And we've got some great resources at miprevention.org that can help you with some graphics of where to put smoke alarms. Believe it or not, there are best placement places for smoke alarms. And we would always ask that you take a look at these diagrams so that these are put in the right places so they can be the most effective to early warn you of a fire to increase your time to escape. So in the diagrams, it's pretty important that you start to look at what's the slope of your ceiling, whether it's a vaulted ceiling, whether it's a flat ceiling. If you notice that anytime you get into where a wall intersects the ceiling, there's about a 4-inch, what they kind of call a dead air space. You definitely don't want to put it within there. But you also, if you're mounting it on a wall, you want it at least 4 inches down, but you don't want it more than 12 inches down. And if you have a ceiling mount, you want to make sure that you stay away from that 4 inches, and any place on that ceiling will work. And this is where we need to talk about how many alarms you need. You need an alarm on every level of your home. You need an alarm in every sleeping area within your home. So to give you an example, a 2-story house with a basement, that's 3 levels. You'd have 3 smoke alarms, and you have 3 bedrooms. You'd want to have a smoke alarm in each bedroom. We've given you a lot of information on the types of alarms, and these alarms are available at home improvement stores throughout the state and other places that you can order these pieces of equipment online. We at MI Prevention are also available to you to help you if you have any questions. Also on our app, which is available to you, we will explain how a lot of these devices are installed and used. The important thing that we're appealing to you is that we need you to put up smoke alarms in your home. Every home needs them. Unfortunately, many fire fatalities that we see across the state, the common theme is no working smoke alarms. And we need to change that if we're going to lower the number of fire fatalities in the state. If you have any questions about smoke alarms or information about smoke alarms, please visit miprevention.org and download the app. And we're pretty sure that you'll get the information that you need so that you can successfully put these devices to work protecting your family and your loved ones. So when MI Prevention set out to do this video project, we wanted to reach out to the community of folks experiencing disabilities. And we've learned a lot as we put this video together. I want you to consider that there are many resources that can help you to work with your escape plans and can provide resources. The Disability Network in Michigan is a great organization. Organizations that deal with aging in place, physical therapists, and other folks who provide care. That's really the intent of this video, is so that we can get the information out to them so that then they can help your family to come up with an escape plan for members of your family that experience a disability.
It's any of the support services that allow them to stay in their home. Like, let's say we have an individual that can't access their home, whether it be a wheelchair, walker, or crutches. We have programs where we can build ramps, whether through block grant programs or we use volunteers. If we work with veterans, we get veterans to do that. Smoke detectors, we have used several smoke detectors. We do the hard of hearing smoke detectors. We've done regular smoke detectors. We work with folks that, drawing blanks.
Well, you mentioned the
Meals
hard...
on Wheels,
yes.
And the transportation and yard services. All of those be able to maintain their homes safely. We go in and do home assessments. We will, I'm a home safety inspector, and I can go in and walk into a home and say, okay, we need to move your rugs. You know, you don't need that many extension cords. You don't need all your medication sitting on top of the stove. We try to provide plans so they can maintain a safe home. One of the things that we do is a lot of the folks that come into our facility, we notice that maybe their balance is off. They're using walkers wrong, they're using canes wrong. And we've got a wonderful partnership with Oakland University, the Hop Up PT program, where in-home support services such as PT is provided. And I'd like to introduce Chris and Sarah.
So we are physical therapists, and really physical therapists are the expert when it comes to restoring mobility and working around the physical limitations of those that might not necessarily have a disease or issue that can be fixed. So this might be something like knee arthritis or a balance impairment, heart problems, lung problems. Again, physical therapists really look at the person individually and find out within the environment that they live in how to kind of work around some of those issues. Sometimes it might be things like prescribing a walker for someone with balance impairment. A big important thing is also focusing on how that person engages with the community. For someone with a physical limitation or disability to be able to be safe at home, they need to be able to engage with the community. So getting in and out of their house, we can identify if someone is having crumbling stairs or if their railing is a little bit shaky, and we'll be able to either make recommendations and have a family member fix that. I really also love the fact that we can work with like the Auburn Hills Senior Center to be able to utilize some of their resources and then work to address some of those issues before there's a major safety problem that limits a person's ability to stay safe and active in their home.
And certainly as physical therapists work in the home of all individuals that potentially are homebound, we really can be key healthcare providers to help people safely exit from their home, look at alternative exit plans, and sometimes even teach them how to shelter in place and call for help should there be a fire in their home. So that's something that's available in the community for many individuals that are homebound.
Yeah, I think one of the things, I'm a geriatric specialist, and sometimes we just attribute some of these things to, I'm just getting old, this is just what happens to me when I turn whatever age. And to a certain extent, our bodies do change, but there are some things that we can work through and prevent. We can improve knee range of motion and knee strength, or improve someone's balance. It might not be the same as when you were in your teens or your 20s, but there are things that we can kind of do to adapt around that.
Yes.
Yeah, and certainly that preventative approach, doing something before there's an emergency is part of a home care physical therapist role, where we will assess, are your smoke detectors working? And I've even been in homes where the carbon monoxide detector is going off. And so I can interact with our fire services within our community to help make sure that's a safe environment for them. And so certainly being able to be in the home and practice physically getting on and off of a floor is something that as physical therapists we can help with, looking at their environment, teaching them the safe way, and maybe it isn't possible for them to get up from the floor, and knowing how to carry, for example, a cell phone with them or have a life alert that they would have in their home, and we can help facilitate those services within their home.
One of the things that we try to do in my prevention is we try to make individuals with disabilities aware of the different services in their communities.
Yeah, so I think there's a bit of a paradigm that reaching out for help is showing vulnerability, but I would actually say it's the opposite. Reaching out for help and getting the services that will keep you independent and safe really is a wonderful care model, because all of us want people to stay safe and independent in their homes.
We want you, any individual that have any disability, first of all, we are more concerned about your abilities. We don't think that it limits you in other ways. We know that you have the disability. However, we want you to be aware that there are services out there that we're concerned, and that the fire service, special services for the senior citizens, as well as physical therapists, all of us are a collective team within My Prevention that will work to make sure you get any assistance you need.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Pashkowski, the Program Manager for MI Prevention. In this project, our main goal was to improve resources and communications for you as residents of Michigan. To help you do that, we have created an advocacy network. This advocate network has a list of disability regional managers across the state of Michigan, so find the closest one in your region and they will help you towards any of your disability needs or mobility issues that you have. We've also tied MI Prevention Advocates, which will be a fire department resource to help you as well. So find the closest MI Prevention Advocate in your region. Those fire departments can help you towards any fire questions that you have towards fire behavior, escape plans, and smoke alarm installations. You'll be able to find that Disability Network, Advocacy, and MI Prevention Advocates on the miprevention.org. Under disabilities, there's tons of resources that will connect you with the needs that you or questions that you have towards disabilities. If you're interested in becoming involved with MI Prevention, there's multiple ways to do that. You do not have to just install smoke alarms. On our MI Prevention app, we have a partnership form to fill out. This form allows me to know what you're interested in doing. If you're interested in becoming part of just receiving newsletters, joining meetings, or becoming involved in projects. If you have any questions towards the Disability Network Managers or MI Prevention Advocates, or on this training video, reach out to miprevention.org.
So we've put a lot of information into this video, and for some of you, you may be overwhelmed by the amount of information. But we want to share this with you. We have an MI Prevention public app that is available at our website. On this app, we will provide information that talks about fire behavior, it will talk about fire escape plans, it will talk about alarms, it will talk about how to install alarms, the different types of alarms, and many other resources. If you're interested in our MI Prevention app, please go to miprevention.org. Thank you for taking time to watch this video. I hope you learned a few things. I know I learned a lot in the process of making this video. I'd like to thank the volunteers that have been involved in this video. I would like to thank the partners that are involved with MI Prevention. If you're interested in getting involved in MI Prevention, please reach out to us. We can use your help. If you need more information about anything that was contained in this video today, please reach out to miprevention.org. Thank you.